Oh, what a distortion. I have to fix the camera. Oh. Let me get 1 minute. Something is going on in this world that has no answers. Oh dear. Still a bit distorted. Oh, I might have to put the computer down. This is not working very well. Maybe it's to do with what we're going live with. Excuse what? Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. So, interesting times. So, okay. Still can't see better. Anyway, hi, I'm Carola. Excuse the hiccups of this video. So, we'll just have to make do. So if the visions go in and out, it's not really a bit, well, it's very fuzzy. Very fuzzy. Okay, we'll have to do it from down here. All right. Anyway, welcome. My name's Carola. I'm a soul mender. And today we're going to talk about different subjects, another deep dive into the Skinwalker range. I've done one before on the 22nd, the 6th in 2022, I believe, quite a while ago. I forecasted that there was this UFO buried in there, spaceship or whatever you want to call them these days, time travelers. I believe they were from the line race, and I also believe, that's my belief through the eyes of myself. I also believe that we are in the Lion Gates opening, of course, and also we are basically in a really strange atmosphere, energy, whatever you want to call frequency is. They told us that Cern got shut off and lots of things are going on. So before that, I'll just pronounce, I'm published the Oracle Looking Glass. This is still available. The link is below. You want more about, I'll be doing readings for it. Also, I do publish in a magazine called The Oracle Me. I usually do readings for what's coming up for the next few months. I'm also wrote a chapter in the book, which is behind me, The Soul Rising. You can use this on the corner there. I'll get it up later, though. And I'm involved in quite a few other decks, which is quite interesting, like the Magical Beings, the Gratitude Code, the I Am Her, and this beautiful deck, which I love dearly as well, is called the Rising Light Oracle. So I'll leave that at that. We have a lot of protection around us. Also, I have got this medallion stops psychic spells attacking you. It is very beautiful. So, and then we have our spray, of course, which I dearly love. So there's many things going on in this world. So because of the energy, I feel there's a lot of people misinterpreting things, understanding and not allowing themselves to understand properly what's really going on in life or in situations. So we're dealing with that as well. So I've also bought this beautiful sword. It's very powerful. It actually, you can swing it over your head and it opens, like it swings, like I call in the violet flame, or when I work with vortex, it spins them nicely. And it is a garnet on astrophyllite, which is quite beautiful. So if you wanted to see, it's this beautiful, like it's has a lot of energy in it, which I love and really resonate with. And we also are going to do a reading on the energies. So I'm just trying to decide. I'm going to tune into Skinwalker Range a little bit later, in about 5-10 minutes. I just want to open the reading with more positive things. So basically, I'm just going to do the gratitude and the blessings that we are all here, and that life is a mystery and full of experience, and how we look at it is a perception of our own eyes. So you can look at the world negative or positive or in between. We all have healing our own journey. We have moving forward and understanding where we're going in life. And manifesting is also a beautiful journey. So we manifest a lot of things in life without even realizing that you actually manifested them. Hang on, let's get some of my notes out. So to me, is with manifesting is reality solid? Is reality real? Is it an empty space? Is it a black space? So there's so much scientific news going on with it. So is do we fake it till we make it in this world? Do we become see our future self in our reality, where we actually want to become a better version of ourselves, to see our future self in a beautiful manifesting line, even that there's bums in the road? Or do we got to stop hating the system? We need to outsmart the system. That is the difference of manifesting as well, is outsmarting. The system, I believe, has been running for a very long time, just in a different way. Every time there's a reset, or whatever you want to call it, basically, so that you've got to make the system work for you. Basically, surrender to yourself, trust your inner knowing and your truth, and learn to manifest within yourself that everything is possible. Because, we're in a 3D dimension of touching and feeling, and then we go into our fourth and fifth dimension of like more manifesting and consciousness and stuff like that, basically. So it's about decision making, talking to your brain in a positive manner, and understanding not everything is love and light, which it's not. We live in a reality that is just not that way designed. So saying that. All right, so now I'm going to do a collective reading first for humanity to move forward. As you know, Cern has been shut down, so I will tune into that to see if it's true later. But I do know there has been an energy shift since, and there's a lot of people posting on how things were spelt once and are coming back that way and stuff. So the time is going slower again. Will the madness stop because Cern's been because I feel the power of Cern has really created an imbalance on this planet and driven these agendas to really wild agendas, basically, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll check that out as well. All right. So it's going to be interesting. And I might have to buy a new camera for my computer. This makes me sad. I'm only using basic equipment here because I'm not very techno. So I just do these channels. I was going to do more and more, but I'm just have so much on in the moment, creating, doing things. I want to create another deck for the future to come. So that's my next step and things like that. I'm writing another chapter in a book and stuff like that. So, all right. What does humanity need to know right now? To stand in your power. So it's a King of Wands, grounding your power in, reclaiming who you are, energetically wise. Eight of Pentacles, that's financial. So a lot of people have financial stress in the moment. I want you to step out of the financial stress and see how you can manipulate a lot of things around you to make it a better version for you to handle and stuff like that. So it's quite interesting. A lot of people are walking away from things. They've had enough. So that's in the collective. They're just walking away. And it's a death card as well. So there's a lot of ending coming this year. So we're in 2026. So I feel there's many endings of people leaving the planet. I feel there's a lot of endings in relationships. There's a lot of endings in craziness. So by the end of the year, you see a little bit of balance coming back. People that filled up their cups and stole everything, that there's a turning back on how they perceive things as well. As we have the Chariot energy. The Chariot energy is a beautiful energy of a balance energy. As you can see, it has a dark and a white one here. So it has to cut right in with the balance. On this card, the darker energy is sitting down, so it's taking the backstage and allowing the lighter energy to ride through to shine a light on things, to understand that not everything can always run in the darkness. Okay, there has to be light, there has to be balance. The King of Pentacles it's a financial card. It's who's holding the coin. What are they doing in society with it? Running the agendas. We have a Nine of Wands. There's many wounded, and there's many disheartened humans out there of the struggle they face on their farms and stuff like that. People trying to take their farms away. So we're facing a lot of struggles with farmland. Which way are we going to go in that way? Are we going to allow them to steal more farms and things like that? Okay, so it's a big wake-up call. I have a lot of king cards here, so they're power cards. This is the third king I pulled out of the deck so far. So I've got the wands, the swords, and the pentacles. So the King of Swords is a very mental card. So they're playing, like, there's a lot of mind control, manipulation. Swords are a card of that, basically. So we're going to see how that goes along. And then the people have to return into the family life and help each other out and establish what they want in consciousness of the new future, of how we're going to go, how we're going to fill up the cups. And the Six of Cups is an offering of many coming together and sharing and trying to do the best in the world that what we can do, basically not turning their back on everything. The Nine of Cups, it's all about the cups now. It's how we're going to fill up the cup. Is it all going to go to one person or the people that have everything, or are you going to fill up your cup and allow yourself to remove the manipulation that we're not good enough, that we don't deserve, that we have to work hard and have to do this and have to do that to fill up someone else's pocket, right? Is how are we going to fill up our cups, basically? And it's a very positive message to understand, is that not everything is always the way it seems when we have thieves in the light, you know, like when you look at Robin Hood, the thieves that take everything, right? The white collar crimes that is unpunished, accountability and things like that. So as a human collective, we have to take our power back, basically. So they are the readings for the collective today. So I'm going to tune in because I have a few subjects I actually want to explore. Is one is I channel a lot of Palladian and Argenturian energy, mainly for healing purposes only, not for what was going on, the wars in the galactic field through the Stargates. My interest was always more about healing. So my passion is with healing. And I believe on this earth plane is so many people have done so much healing on themselves and then they feel stuck and don't know how to get out of this stuckness and feeling very disappointed because not much has changed in the world around them. So to me, I feel that you need to have a look how far you actually have come and how proud you should be that you achieved that much. You need to embrace yourself. You need to really, really embrace your journey, you know, and it's all around me. I see brokenness and just put the seed back into how beautiful your journey actually is. You know, what may be broken today, the journey will fix it. And it's about being in your power, and it's about you not becoming a victim to the system, to take yourself back away from the system, because the system is designed for victimhood. So you need to understand that. So, and it's so courageous to stand in one's power. Now, I'll go back into other readings later, but now we're going to the Skinwalker Ranch. One of my favourite subjects is UFOs, space. So I don't believe, this is my belief only, you have yours, I have mine, is spaceships come through stargates, wormholes, vortexes, whatever you would like to call them. There's many that will appear. And I also believe long ago we had a very big galactic war, even for this planet, right? And if you understand how the creation of this planet was designed, you also understand that a lot of people talk about the archons and stuff like that. So I feel on the Skinwalker Ranch long ago, there is sayings that the land is cursed and stuff like that. So I just send a lot of prayers and uncasting onto that land, and any casting that was done or spells to be uncast. And I feel nothing should ever last forever, right? Because of what happened over the land, of what I saw in the galactic war is, and that there is actually, whether it's a porthole, wormholes and a bit like a Stargate kind of entrance, which has, I feel there's one with codes on it as well. But also say the entry out of there and into there is a dimensional glitch, and because they've been on that land for quite a long time, and I feel since when Cern turned off, it activated more of it, and the memory of the galactic wars came through very strongly in when I was tuning into that land, basically. And it's quite interesting because it has a very negative result and a positive. Depends, I guess, on your energy and how you perceive things, right? For ones, I always suggest if you enter where there's really high frequencies that we don't understand and our ears can't comprehend, is you know like if I astral travel and got invited into the angelic realm, their frequency is so high, and they actually tuned my frequency to align that so I could handle that frequency, basically. So same with crash sites, because I still believe, I said back in June 2022 that there is a UFO buried there that's still sending signals out from long ago, and that it has a frequency. So that's my belief. I could be totally wrong, but that's what I'm feeling. I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm just saying that I could be wrong. Is also pick the race. So I'm going to do actually first a reading with the same cards. I use them. So there's Star Tarot. They're very beautiful cards. So we're going into the Skinwalker range. Keep everyone safe and blessed. Who's working on there? Allow them to find the answers they're searching for. And have an understanding how huge the galactic actually is. How huge the universe is. See, we're all visitors on this planet, doing our best, coming from somewhere. We're visiting to do an experience, to help, whatever the case may be. So always remember, the earth belongs to nobody. We're all the visitors visiting. Okay, let's go. Skinwalker range. What can you tell me? So I have the Eight of Wands. So the energy is flying everywhere. Basically, look how energetic this card is. It's in the ground and above. So what's below is above, basically. So it's holding a lot of frequency. And if you're not cautious, it can affect your heart rhythm. Okay, it is so strong. Okay, so if you're not frequency aligned, be mindful. That's what I'm saying. The next is justice. So as I was telling you about the galactic war, there's still justice coming for that ancient war that once was, to turn it back into something fruitful. I also remember saying that there were a couple beings on there, and one was very high up in the galactic, and with the eagles, so fly up and stuff like that. So look, I don't know much about when they're crash land on this planet, so I can't answer those questions, but all I know is that it was on a special mission, and it was shot down. That's what I'm feeling, right? The Seven of Cups. Filling up the cups. So cups are also an addiction, right? So it is addiction to war, addiction to peace, addiction to flying high back then. I'm trying to tune into I feel something was really there was an addiction of someone took something very precious, and it was like an addiction, and they shouldn't have taken that. So I'm not sure what it is, but that's what I'm feeling. The 10 of Pentacles. There's a final. There's financially, this, who is ever researching this, there is costing a lot of money actually, but it's a privilege. It's seeing into the other worlds. It's can bring humanity back to understanding that we're all visitors here, and it has a key of knowledge there. And the Ace of Wands, everything I'm telling you is pretty much on track. The truth, this is a Kundalini snake card here as well, is the awakening. And looking into this, I feel there was awakening going on, a revolution back then, which was shut down somehow. So something got, okay, curse. Is that where that came from? Okay. So in the Judgment card, the Judgment is sitting with the Justice card, and it is the clearing of the energy. As you can see, there's a bear floating up, and you know, we hear about a lot of animals getting slaughtered and taken up and flying up, which is showing you here it goes up. So that was a judgment, that was a punishment to the land. Interesting. Okay. I've got it. And then we have the Chariot. So the time is coming to an end. The balance, as we restore the balance on earth, the truth will come out, and it will finally, reveal some of the truth. You will never know the whole truth, because it is, in the human eyes, a lot of humans could not comprehend the real truth. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Anything else? The Magician, it's a magic card, so there's a lot of magic that happened on the land as well. So spell casting, opening other portholes, and a lot of kind of stuff like that. The Princess of Pentacles comes into balance. The animals, to restore the freedom to the animals. Is there anything else? I'll pull 2 more cards on the Skinwalker. Strength. The Lion card. It's funny, we're in a Lion Gate energy, the lion, and they're looking for their craft. They want it returned. They're going to work out a way of getting it returned, or picking out what they need out of the craft. They're not after the craft, they're after something that's in there. There's a difference. The 9 of Swords. It's been mentally exhausting for the earth and for up there. In that web that has been created. And since I pulled that, is it going to clear the energy soon? The 5 of Wands. We're in between it all. The Rising and the End. I've got the Death card. So you will not see everything that will go on. You will only see part of it. The Stillness in the Night of the Death card, the New Butterfly rising, the Phoenix rising, the manipulation on this planet. There is so much going on with this card. So we can embrace it. the way it is. Okay, so now I'm going to ask, what other outer worlders, if you call them aliens, outer world beings, are searching, wanting this technology? Is it going to go back to them, who it belongs to? So we have the we have the pentagram. It's about protection. It's for the good of the earth, protection. The matrix coming. Oh, it's actually had a water element to it. Funny, because a lot of comes from the water, the air element, philosophy. So it has to do with the water, the air. The golden ratio, the shift in humanity, the golden ratio, the beauty, the patterns. And alchemy, the philosopher's stone. I'll pull one more. Our Boris, past life issues. So the species out of the universe, or how about it, the galactic, in the galactic, want this basically to rebalance, because it's an air rebalance and a water element. It is from past. Turner has brought a lot of past life onto this earth, yet magic, yet we finally worked out the patterns because someone's working on it, and they're working very hard on that place to figure it out. But all it ever wanted was to come back into harmony, to show humanity the magic they actually have. And I think that was one of their missions, to show the magic, to create and stuff like that. So the energy should bring back a lot of memories of that, especially that certain energies have been turned off and that there's a frequency shift. So that's my view on the Skinwalker range. It is a beautiful journey for them. Bless their hearts. And let them really understand why it came to the universe, to our planet after that big war that was going on. So next thing is I want to talk about how powerful and aligning that we need to do on this plane, right? It's so I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to see how deeply we are in manipulation and control still. So I'm going to use my deck, the Oracle Looking Glass, for you. This is a most magnificent deck. It's a very truth-seeking, in-your-face deck. It is also a shadow deck. It's also learning how to heal your shadow and understanding how to read the cards. I should do a course on how to do that. Right, this is the back of the cards. So you're seeking and looking. So there is actually a Looking Glass movie out, I believe. There's other things on the Looking Glass. When I did this, I read up about the Looking Glass, and some it was just a big glass that you looked out of. Some it was a round thing that just opened up and saw the past, present, and future. So to me, is the past, present, and future is in the timeline of oneness, or one. It's happening all. in a certain way, because really on earth we're not even meant to have time, but time was created. So if you go in the spiritual realm, there's no time. So it makes it interesting is, so do you know how people always tell you, are you awake? Awakening, talk about awakening, is, so the journey of the soul is, if you're born to relearn, right? The first thing I want to say, unhooking from past karmas and really working with that. I've done many unhookings, is revisiting the same thing over and over again. Was it a spell cast? That was, there's so many questions out there, which I will do shows on, and how to not to get caught in that loop, because we're throwing all this spelling out there by spell casting from our words but we need to understand that other forces are running behind the scenes, and they have shown us many times, whether it's the archons, people talk about satanic this and satanic that, but the thing is, when there's so much manipulation on this planet and so many humans have been so coerced into believing into all this spell card, how they've been conned into being a certain way, whether it's singers, whether it's movie stars, whether it's rich people, whatever the case may. You have a look at their eyes, how traumatized they also have been in life. And why do they have to play out that part? Have they been picked? It's like a big chess game. The world is a stage and we are all players. So remember, research your truth, stand in your truth, and live your life for you, not other people. That's what I always believe. So anyway, what has the world stage got to tell us? Then I go into Australia because I live here. The soul trade. Well, I was talking that before. So they want your soul to be traded to them, right? But if you really understand the true essence of your soul, the soul can't be traded, right? It's a belief system. They make you believe that you can sell your soul, that you've been tricked into selling it, basically. The system has been set up that way. But in your awakening, reclaim your light, your spark, your inner spark, is because in the long run, no one, no matter how dark they are, has the right to con you out of something. Whether you've been offered things, it is not. You got manipulated into that. So reclaim your spark. Come back out of that black hole. Climb back up. Be courageous. The false idols. You've got to stop looking up all these people you think are idols that have a lot of money or stuff. They're not. They're human beings doing human experience, teaching you as well. Is you may hate them, love them, loathe them, whatever the case may be, but they're here teaching lessons to you that you chose to listen to the gobble wash that is going on. And believe me, we all have. And they're false gods, they're fake heroes. Where are the real heroes gone? Where has a backbone of humanity and a lot of humans gone? Where they're just going along with the lies that they're being told to protect their income. Where's your backbone to actually say, no, that is enough. We do not want this in our life. The naked truth, the masked truth, it's all coming undone. The truth of who you are. Deep within, you are a beautiful doing an experience and sharing where you've been led to come back to who you once were. So trust your inner radar, trust your inner self. Manufactures war. So as far as I know, most wars are manufactured or are manufactured, but you do your own research, is to gain power over whatever they need power over, to cause trauma, to manipulate, to make people kill one another over a belief system. And it's so sad because, do you know, when you look back at it, the sacrifices those poor humans did, we need to honor them and love them no matter what, is because what they thought was right, that's what they did. Okay, so kindness, we still have imposters on the planet, so be aware, whether it's in relationships, whether it's with the government, whether it's with white collar people, is there's many imposters, and many will screw the system, even that they work in it and rose to fame, they will still screw them over. So that's just the way the system is. Stay alert, stay energetic, and trust the feelings within your inner knowing. Always trust your inner knowing. Your inner knowing always knows. Trust yourself. So, all right, that's the collective. Now I want to talk about something that it's very disturbing to me sometimes, and very trying to put my head around why there's people. So we have Christian people, other people calling out certain mediums, psychics, and stuff like that. I think there was one calling out Tyler Henry the other day. So I've watched Tyler Henry quite a few times, but I also watched an experiment. He went into a science lab and had stuff put on his head to see his waves going on his brain when he was channeling, right? And a channeler has, you can see it in their eyes. Their eyes are different. So I had a person point out to me once, because her husband is a medium. He goes, "You have the same eyes." So we go into a state when I channel, I can switch my channel on very quick and get messages through. But it's a state of the waves in our brain are different than someone that can't channel, basically, right? Because I haven't learned how to do it. Is it evil? No. Is anything? Things are only evil if you want them to be evil. I mean, I'm not talking about human things that are going on out there. I'm talking about channeling, seeing beings, seeing shadow beings. I'm not an evil person, but the perception lays with you, how you see things, how much you've been coerced out of being your true self, from your inner knowing, basically. So to me is, I have watched so many shows belittling other people in judgment, and I find it very heartbreaking in a certain way, is because they're attacking the knowledge that was in the old days. That's what they always used, and they stole that through the churches, witch burning, attacking. And it's funny, they attack always the feminine with this, the feminine energy, because it's very in tune, because we have babies and stuff like that. So we're very in tune with what's going on back then, and most of us, right? But the thing is, I just look at all the witch hunts, how people threw other people under the bus and got them murdered, burned at the stakes. And it's just a different witch hunt now. They're hunting. Now it's freedom of speech, that you can't speak your mind, and you can't do this and you can't. There's laws for everything, basically trying to restrict you in a certain way. And when you have a look, all these laws always were created by a male energy. And now what is the male energy so afraid of the feminine energy? Why can't they walk together and have each other's back and spine and be the courageous person they were meant to be? So that's my view on that, is because I just don't see why there's so much judgment around this still. Is, people always say this is evil, the all-seeing eye and all this. No, it's a creation that is not evil. It's how you use it is the difference. Okay, is I don't go around worshiping demons. I haven't got time for that shit. You just flick them off and tell them to fuck off, basically, right? I'm here to shine my light. I'm here from my heart space. I'm here to be a better version of my soul, me, the journey that I'm creating for myself. And I'm very proud of how far I have come. My dream was to publish an oracle deck. I have done so with the help of other people. You can do anything in this life to manifest where you want to go with things. Don't ever doubt yourself. Don't let other people tell you something is evil if you don't feel it is. If something is not right, stay away from it. If it feels off, trust your inner knowing. That is your psyche. That is your birthright, right? So that being said, I hope that made sense anyway. And I hope people stop attacking what they don't understand. Look, I'm not saying that there's every job has people that are con artists, and every job has people that are lazy, and every job has different hats on, right? Do you have your work that put 100% in, and you have people that don't? Some people just want to get rich quick, so they use the system. It's the same in the work I do, is there are people that are not truly honouring what they're actually doing, and they're ripping people off. But that's in every job. So understand that, every job, okay? This is just not in my field of things. So I hope that makes sense. Now we're going to have a look into AI and whatever kooky things come up in life. All right. AI, journey of AI. So in real terms is, I have the Queen of Cups to fill up the cups. The creation of AI has been long ago on this earth plane. It is been hijacked by a few to make a quick buck. Just understand that. So put your gut and energy into feeling that, right? Because it is a good tool. Used by the wrong people can be a bad tool, just like everything else. In AI, and the undercover of the world, is there's many children still coming to the surface. We need, there was a truck that got caught out, human trafficking and shit like that. So, humanity has to change their ways. It's pretty sad. All right, there's a lot of DNA crap going on, and I'll show you the card, but also there's a hijacking going on with DNA, with results, with viruses. Someone's been held for ransom. Quite interesting. This is about viruses, by the way, whether it's computer virus, human viruses, brought out viruses. So we have the Six of Blades. This is a swords, right? It's a very mental card. It's very exhausting. It's This is an aeroplane flight, manipulation of the airspace. So just keep an eye on that. Will it bring you a phone? There's something to do with pyramid power, pyramid. I'm feeling pyramid power. Distant lands. They're finding a pyramid in an Asian country. Something to do with an Asian country. Interesting. Then we have the drones, the planes. There's a preparing a weird, I think it's very dimensional as well. They're coming through dimensions, just into the earth plane. The King of Cups, filling up the cups. So I think there's a big fall on people that keep filling up their cups for the wrong reasons. The dragon. This is a dragon card, number 15. The devil card. The manipulation. So I feel, because in this card is usually there's change. I think the chains are coming off. There's a lot of manipulation that don't work anymore. Too many people seen it. And the strategies, they're trying to blame karma on this, so don't go down that track, all right? And the last card is the Two of Coins, the juggling act. So there's a lot of juggling going on, even where AI is going, if that makes sense. Now, I'm not going to do government readings or readings like that in a moment, because I've got other cards for that, but I'm running out of time and I've got things to do. So I'm just going to do some beautiful readings before I shut off, positive readings. What else does our soul, with everything I said, the blessings, the love, the kindness, what is the soul really wanting right now? There, number 10, family life, for our family to be okay, to bring back sanity. That's it, to fill up our cups, to be okay with everything. So with that said, thanks for watching. I will post this and I will try to make more of things, but depending on my time. Okay, so with all that said, you have a beautiful, beautiful few weeks ahead. Enjoy the energy that's coming through and learn to relax a little bit more. Relax your nervous system. It's very important, and just be the best version of yourself, okay? So with all that said, much love. Bye-bye.